Let's be real. That anxiety you feel every time you check your bank account? It's not just you. It's an entire generation. We were sold the American dream. Go to school, get a good job, buy a house, live comfortably. But for Gen Z, that dream feels ancient. The new dream? Survival. It's about making rent, affording groceries, and not having to choose between fresh vegetables and toilet paper. Enter the side hustle. This isn't about saving for a vacation or a sports car. It's about plugging holes in a sinking ship. Your main job, the one you trained for, is supposed to be enough. But it isn't. So you drive for a rideshare app after work, sell vintage clothes online, or freelance late into the night, not out of ambition, but necessity. The narrative around side hustles has been hijacked and romanticized. We see TikToks celebrating the grind, as if working 3 jobs is a badge of honor, but let's call it what it is, a necessity born from a broken economic system. The fact that your primary income can't provide basic security is a silent crisis. Millions are sacrificing time, energy, and mental health just to stay afloat. So let's drop the aspirational language. For most of Gen Z, side hustles are about closing the gap between what you earn and what it costs to live. It's a second, third, or even fourth job, now essential for survival. This isn't about getting ahead, it's about not falling behind. That shift changes everything about how we talk about work and money. The side hustle isn't a passion project, it's a lifeline. The American dream has been replaced by the struggle to stay afloat. And that's the reality we need to confront, because pretending otherwise only makes it worse. There used to be a deal: work hard, stay loyal, and you'd get stability, salary, benefits, a pension. That deal is gone. The idea of a lifelong job is as outdated as a flip phone. Wages have stagnated, while costs and corporate profits soar. The wealth is there, but it's not reaching the people doing the work. Loyalty now only flows one way, from you to your employer, with little in return. Job security? Forget it. Layoffs, outsourcing, and automation are constant threats. Employees are seen as disposable, forcing everyone to have a backup plan. You can't build a stable life on a foundation that could crumble any moment. The single job is no longer a fortress, it's a house of cards. We've been conditioned to accept less, told to be grateful for any job, even if it doesn't pay a living wage. This broken promise is why the side hustle economy exists. Gen Z isn't afraid of commitment. They've just learned that relying on one employer is too risky. We're not job hopping for fun. We're building our own safety nets, because the old contract is dead, and we're left to fend for ourselves. Let's play Where Does My Money Go? Spoiler, it's a horror game. You get your paycheck, feel relief, then reality hits. Housing eats up half your income, forget the old 30% rule. Rent is sky high, often for a tiny place with roommates. Groceries? Prices have soared. Even basic food is a struggle. Food insecurity is now mainstream, even for full-time workers. Transportation drains you too. Public transit costs more every year, and if you need a car, insurance and gas are brutal. One car repair can wreck your budget. Healthcare? Even with insurance, deductibles and co-pays can be crippling. One medical bill can mean years of debt. Student loans are a constant drain. A mortgage for a degree that didn't deliver. Childcare, if you have kids, is astronomical. Your salary is attacked from all sides, stretched so thin there's nothing left. This isn't bad budgeting, it's brutal math. The cost of survival has outpaced wages so much that one income just isn't enough. That's why the side hustle isn't optional, it's essential. Here's the truth. For many young people, one full-time job doesn't provide basic stability. It's not about luxury, it's about having a safety net. One unexpected expense, a car repair, a vet bill, a dental emergency, can send you spiraling into debt. There's no buffer, no room for error. That's why the side hustle isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the money that covers emergencies, builds a tiny cushion, and helps you save for goals that used to be attainable with one job. Want to buy a house? Good luck on one salary. The side hustle is now essential income for future planning, paying off debt, saving for retirement, or just staying afloat. The psychological weight is immense. Time not spent working is time not earning. Weekends and evenings are monetized, not restful. Every decision is a calculation. Work more or try to have a life. One job plus basic expenses equals 0, or worse, a negative number. That's the math of modern adulthood. You've seen the posts. Rise and grind. Sleep is for the broke. Hustle culture sells relentless work as ambition, but it's a lie. It's a smokescreen for a broken system, shifting the burden from society to the individual. Struggling to pay bills? Don't demand better wages, just work harder. Monetize your hobby. It's a trap. For Gen Z, this isn't a choice, it's survival. Multiple jobs aren't a flex, they're a defensive move against stagnant wages and crushing debt. Calling it a culture makes it sound optional. But you don't opt into needing to pay rent. This narrative creates shame. If you're not succeeding, it's your fault for not grinding hard enough. It ignores the real barriers: systemic inequality, rising costs, a shredded social contract. For every one person who makes it, millions are just scraping by. Hustle culture isn't a lifestyle, it's a crisis response. The system celebrates the exceptions and ignores the rule. The truth? Most side hustles are about survival, not success. We need to stop glorifying the grind and start questioning why it's necessary, because this isn't a culture, it's a warning sign. Hustle culture glorifies the grind, but never mentions the cost. That cost is your health, your relationships, your time. Burnout isn't just tiredness, it's total exhaustion, mentally and physically. Creativity dries up, motivation disappears, and you feel detached from life. Stress and anxiety become constant companions. Sleep is sacrificed, making everything worse. Relationships suffer, friendships fade, family bonds strain, and you become a ghost in your own life. The time for hobbies, curiosity, or just being is gone. Everything is about making money or building your brand. We're losing a generation's worth of artists, thinkers, and community members to the grind. The result? A hollowed-out life, replaced by a spreadsheet of income streams. This isn't sustainable, it's a slow collapse. The side hustle is a symptom, not a solution. It's a band-aid on a gaping wound, a clever adaptation to a broken system, but not a cure. The real injury is an economy that doesn't provide a living wage or affordable basics like housing and healthcare. Celebrating side hustles risks normalizing the problem and letting corporations off the hook. Why fix wages when people just work more? It's like buying bottled water instead of fixing contaminated pipes. The side hustle is our bottled water, necessary but not the answer. We're treating a public crisis as if it's just individual thirst. This resilience is impressive, but it shouldn't be required. A just economy shouldn't demand exhaustion for survival. If you're struggling, hear this. You are not a failure. You're not lazy or bad with money. You're in a system rigged against you. The game is the problem, not the player. For decades, we've been told it's all about personal responsibility. If you're poor, it's your fault. If you're in debt, you made bad choices. This blame isolates us and hides the truth. Everyone is struggling. You're adapting to a landscape where costs have outpaced wages and safety nets are gone. Your exhaustion is not weakness. It's proof you've been fighting an uphill battle. Let go of the shame. You're doing everything right in a system that's wrong. Your side hustle isn't a failure. It's survival. Recognizing the problem is external, not internal, is the first step. That's how we start thinking about real solutions. And that's how we reclaim our power. So where do we go from here? The cure isn't to hustle harder. It's to demand better, together. Our problems are shared, so our solutions must be too. The system isolates us, but our solidarity is its weakness. Start with honest conversations about money, debt, and struggle. Ask your friends and co-workers, how much do you make? Are you working a second job? These talks build solidarity and reveal we're not alone. When millions complain, it's not whining, it's data. It's the start of a movement. Channel that frustration into demands. A living wage, affordable housing, universal healthcare, student debt relief. These aren't radical. They're the basics of a decent society. Organize, support unions, vote for leaders who put people first. This is about dignity. The dignity of a 40-hour week being enough, of having time to rest and live. The side hustle economy robs us of that dignity. The real hustle is reclaiming our time and fighting for a future defined by more than just work. That's a fight we can only win together, and it's time to start.